Hello and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. Today I decided I would take out all 11 of my Nomad palettes and go ahead and rank them from my least favorite to my favorite. This is probably the brand I have the most palettes from, so I thought it'd be fun and maybe you would like to see it. So yeah, if you are interested in that, then let's get into it. Okay, so I definitely know what is the last two and what is the top two. The ones in the middle were kind of hard to pick out, but I think I have a good ranking here. Coming in at number 11, I have the Nomad Santa's Village palette. Let me take it out of here. I love the packaging. I really do. And let's see here. It looks like this on the outside, and it looks like this on the inside. The reason this is at the bottom is because it's a smaller palette for one reason, and it's a companion palette, let me put it that way. And also their shimmers are very, very hard pressed in this palette. It's hard to get them to go on the eyes and stay on the eyes. And let's see, they have 5 shimmers and 4 mattes. These are very beautiful shimmers, I will say that. But most of them, and they did say this, most of them are just topper shades. And what I kind of wish that they had their regular shimmers in this. Well, they are so hard pressed. So you kind of need another palette, and it's just like gray, red, green, and white on here. That's not even a very pigmented white to say anything about it. I'm glad I have it, but it's just an okay palette. Not their best palette. Coming in the next ranking, number 10, I guess, is the Verona. It is the Love and Death palette, or the Amor y Morte palette, and this is what it looks like. If you don't know, Nomad is an indie brand that likes to use destinations as their inspiration for their palettes. This was Santa's Village, which is in Lapland, Finland. This is from Verona, Italy, but this has a Romeo and Juliet theme to it as well. This came out for Valentine's Day of this year. It's very pretty, but this time the mattes didn't really do it for me very well. I made some very pretty looks with it, but these reds are very much in the same tonal family, so it's really hard to get them to look different on your eyes. And these colors over here are very, very pretty, but that blue is so pigmented that you almost don't need this black in here as well as the dark blue. This is a very pretty color right here, as is this one. That is dagger and dark. Again, these shimmers are so hard pressed that it is hard to get them on your eyes and to stay on your eyes as well. So this falls into my number 10 category, or number 10 spot, or whatever. The next palette I have is the Nomad Paradise Islands from the South Seas of the Pacific. And this is what it looks like. It is a very beautiful palette. I love it. The shimmers are great. The colors are great. I just personally like darker colors. And these, well, I was thinking they were pastels, but They are a little darker than pastels, but this is a good springtime palette and all, but I just tend to go for a little darker of a color story. A little darker greens, a little darker pinks, a little, I like lighter blues, but these on the eyes, I do use this, and it, like I said, it's a very good springy palette, kind of palette, but when I'm ranking all these palettes, this just tends to fall down on the wayside. In the next spot, we have the Nomad America's Parks. Again, very beautiful. They have that great formula. Again, the Paradise Islands has that great formula as well. But again, this is not, it doesn't have very many deep colors in it. And I like to have some deep colors. I love the colors that are here, but it doesn't go deep enough for me because I like darker, dramatic colors in my eye looks. So I would have to bring in another palette for that. But I really do enjoy this palette. Don't get me wrong. I love all these palettes. I really do. It's hard to rank them. It is. But you can make a pretty green and brown look with this. This color is very pretty. I like that they're named after America's national parks. It has Big Bend in here, which is a favorite of mine. So, and, oh, okay. So okay. Going up the ladder, we have the Cartagena Mágica palette, which is, where is that? Colombia? Yeah, Colombia. Again, a very beautiful summer look, but also the colors don't go deep enough for me, but I have made some very beautiful looks with this palette. Don't get me wrong at all. Love the shades, the shimmers, the mattes blend beautifully. It's just those first two palettes that I showed you where the mattes and the shimmers just weren't up to their usual consistency that they usually have. But this palette is very beautiful, makes some very pretty looks with it. And I can't pronounce a lot of the names in them, but I love this gold color right here. I love me a good gold shimmer. And yeah, can't go wrong with that palette. In at the next spot, I have the Nomad Cloud Forest. It was inspired by Costa Rica, the rainforest in Costa Rica. I like this because it has a little sloth on it right there. Very pretty palette. I kept the packaging for this one. This one is kind of a wild one, but it does have the dark colors that I like in it. It has some light colors as well. Not really a lot of light colors, but it's very, very colorful, and that's what I like about it so much. And it has a lot of greens in it, especially the shimmers. A lot of greens. So that's why I like this palette a lot. I really like green a lot. And it's very colorful. It is a challenging color story. I will admit to that. But there's just something about this that intrigues me quite a bit. I think this is right in the middle of the pack. So this can make especially a very stunning green look if you want to. And what is, especially this green right here is just, it gets me. It's called Hanging Branches? Is that what it's called? Ah, I love that green right there. Let's try another green. This is a deep green. Oh, a teal green, yeah. Ah, one more green. Oh, wow. Yes, Okay, all right, let's put this back in the box. Just give me a second. Okay, the next one is the very first Nomad palette that I ever bought from them, and it is the Fire and Ice palette, inspired by Iceland, and this is what it looks like. When I first got it, I just wanted something from Nomad, and this was like the last thing they had put out, and I got it, and I wasn't that into colors at the time. I was just doing neutral looks, and I thought, what in God's green earth am I gonna do with this palette? I have no idea how to use this palette. So I put it away and didn't use it for the longest time. And so finally I pulled it out and used it and just fell in complete love with it. It is just absolutely beautiful. I love the blues, the greens. It even has a purple in it. The yellow, the orange, the red, the shimmers on it are just absolutely beautiful. I love it when they throw blues in their palettes. And when they do duochromes or multi-chromes, they do them just right. Look at that one right there. It's like a blue to pink shift there. Yeah, I'm gonna pull that one out soon and use it. So yeah, Nomad has such a, and I'm hoping they go back to their original formula, but it has such a pigmented and beautifully blendable formula, and it lasts all day long. It is just so nice to work with. Okay, next up is my Provence. That's the Fête de, I don't know how to speak French, but it's the Fête de Provence palette. I try to speak French, but I don't know if it comes out right. This is a beautiful spring summer palette. It is inspired by the south of France. And yeah, we have beautiful pinks, beautiful reds, beautiful pinks, beautiful oranges, beautiful blues, and beautiful blue grays over here. And they just make a beautiful palette. They have a lot of shimmers in here, which I do prefer more mattes to shimmers, which you will see in another palette. But I have made some absolutely beautiful looks with this palette. I love purples and yellows together. I love pinks and purples together. This goes well with the pinks as well. And I love these colors. I love all the colors. I love a pinky purple palette with some other colors thrown in. So this is a very fun palette. Some of these palettes aren't available anymore, but a lot of them are. So, in at number 3 is definitely one I like to use a lot, especially in collabs, is the Whistler Snow Lodge palette. Where is this? It's somewhere in Canada, I think. Not entirely for sure, but this has my favorite blues of any palette that I have ever used before. And this duochrome right here, this white to pink duochrome, it is to die for. I love using that in my inner corner. This is a duochrome as well, a blue and pink. Kind of like from that other palette that I just swatched, the Fire and Ice palette. This, oh my gosh, I have made so many beautiful looks with this palette. It is, I'm speechless when I use this palette. It is just so much fun to work with. It has that awesome formula from Nomad. If they still have this one available, I say go and pick it up, especially when they have a sale. You will not be disappointed if you like that color story. Okay, the one I have on my eyes today, and the number 2, and if you are a neutral lover, you will probably love this palette. It is the Nomad Hudson Valley palette, and this is what she looks like. It does have some color in it, but in a neutral kind of way. You have some yellow browns, you have some reddish browns, and it only has 3 shimmers, which I like because I think these are the perfect shimmers. You have some brownish greens and you have some brownish browns. So they all work together in perfect harmony to make the perfect fall look. And yeah, it has like the trees turning in the fall time, which I guess what Hudson Valley is kind of known for. But yeah, it is, and this one is just so versatile. That's why I like this one at the spot. The only reason, let me look at this number 1 palette. Yeah, the only reason I put this at number 2 is because it doesn't have an inner corner highlight shade. Like I wore it today, I had to use my highlighter. What I use for my highlighter as my inner corner highlight shade. That's the only reason it's not at number 1. But not the only reason, because I really, really love number 1. And that is the Haunted Europe palette. Will probably forever be my number 1. It has this lenticular outside packaging, and this one's not available anymore. But if you ever got your hands on it, count yourself lucky. This is what it looks like on the inside. It has all those rich, deep colors that I love so much, but it has some light colors too to use for your inner corner highlights as well. I love the purples, the browns, the greens, the golds. It even has a dark blue in there, along with a grayish blue. I'm sorry if I keep flashing y'all. A dark grayish blue shimmer. Oh, it is to die for. And these names, oh, can you stand it? You've got Frankenstein, the Boogeyman, Grendel, Big Bad Wolf. You've got Krampus, Count Dracula, and things like that, like the Black Forest and the Catacombs, things like that. Bloody Mary. I live for this palette, and every time I get a chance to use it is just a treat. I love it so much. Like I said, if you ever picked up that palette, consider yourself lucky. I don't know why they don't produce it anymore, but that is my number 1 palette. Let me know down below if you have any of these palettes and what your favorite Nomad palette is, if you own any. And yeah, what do you think of my ranking? Let me know that too. Let me know everything in the comments down below. Let me know how your day is going. I love hearing from you. All the good stuff. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Commenting and giving me a like or even a dislike. It really helps with engagement, helps push this video out to other viewers like yourself. But hey, no pressure to do that. You watching to this point in the video really makes me so happy. And thank you for watching. If you are new here, thank you for watching too. Please consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell, setting it to all so that you're notified every time that I upload a new video. I hope you are having a wonderful, fantastic day today. And if you are having an especially hard time, know that I am thinking about you and I'm sending you all of those good vibes. So just stay strong, stay healthy, and stay safe out there. And I will see you in another video soon. Just stay well until then, okay? Goodbye.